Guys, so this is the second episode of the fourth season, and we are going to discuss our stories. I already gave an introduction about like how to treat the subject matter. Okay, yeah, I'm teaching you like a professor. First is like introduction of the entire class. See, I was a teacher, very good teacher. In flute experiments, we have realized that you can move this part, the blockage basically, and activate different parts of the flute. So right now, this part is the most easily played, these two keys. Originally, the middle should be most easily played. Interesting. I have a very interesting in observation that came into my mind. It's crazy. Sometimes we don't really do it, but try to look at things from someone else's perspective and feel how interesting it might be. Okay, because we are discussing stories, right? So this is the story of like how this guy, the Plum Village guy, Thich Nhat Hanh. So his story very interesting. So he's like a Vietnam monk, right? And think about it. You're like someone in a country like Vietnam. Okay, for India it's so obvious that Buddha is there. Buddha was there, right? Krishna, maybe people question, or they are not there. Ram, no, maybe mythology. But Buddha, nobody like says like, oh, he was not there. Okay, everybody agrees like Buddha was there. Okay, like he came and he did all of this. Like nobody questions it. So it's so obvious, and we don't even care. Like even we know that Buddha, if someone can be like Buddha also, like still we like it's all right. Carefree people. Look at like from Vietnam. Okay, so it's like a alien country. It's like I'm sitting here in America. So someone who is never like outside or like Canada. So someone who is never outside of this like island or like this continent. How do they know like which stories which reach to them are real or not real? You understand? Like they don't know the difference between fiction and reality. So this guy, like when I think from my perspective, I realize that he was like a third person who just had seen Buddha only in the form of a statue. Okay, so for him they were telling like he was a very like 2000 years ago. There was like this god came, and so for him like he's so far. He's like actually like a mythological god. And when he comes to India, he actually sees like the tree under which like Buddha got. Then he sees like the rocks where he used to like sit with his disciples and to watch the sunset. He like somewhere in his heart he realized, oh my God, this guy was real. like for him this is just like for someone who has read like Harry Potter. So let's realize that Hogwarts is real. How surprised we will be. We're like, oh my God, like, can I actually go from like this platform? Like that for him. It hit him like deep, and that was enough for him. For him, it's like, okay, if this guy was real, then I understand whatever he has taught. The only question he was hanging is like, okay, everything he has taught is nice. I can do it. The practice is good, everything. But like, how does it make sense in the current world? Current world, because he was born in a very war kind of environment. But if he realizes Buddha was real, so like imagine how much like Buddha gave. Like he gave his full life. The life means like what he could have been, what he was born into. So like today is, if someone is born into a billionaire's family, do you think they will give up all their wealth and like want to start from zero? Are you kidding me? Like nobody will do it. Nobody. Like not even one person. Maybe Ratan Tata. Who knows? Anyways. So I was thinking, like, how. But even, even if you realize that Buddha was real, but that doesn't change the story. Like, but because his awareness, his teachings were still the same, whether he was a real character or a fictional character who gave this knowledge. You understand? The only difference it makes is your mental model. Whether right now I am real or I am an AI, it doesn't matter. What matters is what is communicated to you, what you are taking from it. So let's start with the story. So let's say the main story is like taken from India only. India, the stories are very like, and I have personally have read it like in my childhood. Like there used to be like one book only on like Ramayana. And I used to read some books so much. So I was like, okay, let's read this. Interesting story. It is an interesting story actually. Especially when you read in a book in childhood, you used to be so imaginative in your mind and you're like, oh my god, what is happening to this guy? Why is he doing this? So this is the story of a prince basically. So most of the Indian gods or of old, they used to be prince. Very weird, right? Like a wealthy, enlightened person, you will be like surprised. Like I feel like most businessmen, all the wealthy people are like this crooked, just like evil. Nah, they can be good. Just this time. So and most of these stories have one factor in common. It's about what they let go of. What they just, I don't know, just didn't attach themselves to. Like Buddha was also a prince. He was Siddharth. So he was also a prince and he let go of his entire like kingdom, his wife, his son. And everybody at that time it was not so weird actually. So if today somebody does it, that guy they will consider that he has gone nuts. At that time people will be like, okay, yeah, okay, it's fine. So this is also a story of a prince, is like who let go of his entire kingdom basically. But not for like to find a new ways of reaching the truth, but to just play his role basically. So see, the most of the time these stories have the power if you can put yourself in the shoe of that guy, because then you will subjectively relate to it. So like. You have to see, like, if I was an enlightened, born person and I was born as a prince, and you know everything about life, you know everything is meaningless, you know all of this is just like role play, so you are playing your part, it's all right, whether you do it this way, A or B, blue pill or red pill, any pill is fine. You know, like, this is all, because for you, there is no matrix in itself. You understand? You have been clear from the childhood. And nobody questioned you. You're like, okay, yes, that's possible. So basically, what people attain a certain knowledge at a certain age, it might be just naturally born. A way of looking which, and because it is not questioned or nurtured, so it becomes a reality in itself. So you have to put in his shoes. It's like that, because people cannot look at, like, Do you understand what it likes to become a king? Really? Because king means like the entire world is his family. You understand? It's not like he has a family and then there's a lower family which is the people. No. The concept of being a king is like that everyone has to be equal before you, whether it is your son or anybody. I mean, if you do it in the most righteous way. Similarly, like what is the means to be a son? If you do it like most dutifully. So his story is like he let go of his kingdom, and he was a nice guy. So he was loved by everyone in his family, and so his wife and his younger brother also came with him. So they were like 4 brothers, and all of 4 brothers had like very good love in between. So the story is very detailed, but I will go like just overview of it. Like, so this guy, and then this guy and his wife and his younger brother, they live in forest for 14 years. Somehow like 14 is always there in Indian culture. It's like 14 years you need to spend in forest, like some relation with 14. So there what happens is like because of some fight, this neighboring king, so like the king's sister has a crush on like the younger brother and then like the Ram himself. So she wanted to marry that guy Ram. She was like, no, I want to marry him, or like give me like his like younger brother, which is like. So she's like, okay, I want to marry him if you are not available. But then he also didn't want to marry her. There was like a fight, so some drama happened, and I mean, I'm not even sure about the real drama, okay? So don't take me literally, because I'm just going over the main story. So some drama happened like that, and because of that, basically, the brother of the sister was very powerful. He was a king of a separate kingdom, okay? Very knowledgeable guy. And he has like special powers and everything. So he went and abducted the wife, okay, the Ram's wife, okay. So now these 2 brothers are alone. They're like, okay, he took away the Sita, the third one. So there were like 3 of them living in the forest, right? So then they started searching. They were like, okay, we have to find her. Very good. Then, and how do you know, And this character, he has like arm, he has like this bow and arrow, okay. That was enough for him. Like that, he could do anything with like bow. So when they fight, then they go and find his kingdom, because that guy had taken the girl to his kingdom. Then they go, they fight, they bring her back. Then he rules as a king, because his 14 years were over, and yeah, like that. So that's the gist of the story. So why is he called like God? I mean, because basically there are not much magic involved in his story. Like if you see, its story is very normal. Even like most magical like moments which people share is like he shared like these berries with this woman in the forest. These are the special stories, not like some magic that he did. So what should we take out of this story or this thought pattern?